We've got to go on this assault course. We're doing here at Fox Lake, and we were going to go and do a bit of that wakeboarding, but we can't get on it now. So we're not getting a shot of that today, which is a bit of a gutter. But we'll get some laughing there. Rugby tackle these two dafties.
So we'll go first and then you can go after her. There's no ladies first on this.
No. Mate, you're just scared that I would beat you.
Nah, we're no fucking...
Language.
No way.
I think we should let them go first and just rugby tackle them.
Pick off the slack.
He's into it or no? The system. Me and him have been...
Oh my god, I was seeing it.
Didn't start.
I didn't get him started. Oh, didn't get me started. I'll go. You come for a pint with us later and we'll have some talk. I'll have some chat.
Okay.
Munchie just sits and goes, aye.
Okay then, we'll go on, boys.
So at all times I just want to see one person to an element or two people to a platform if you're from the same group. Action for you, how many to an element?
1, 2.
Perfect. So how many to a platform?
2.
Yeah, nice one. Perfect, let's go.
Come on!
Definitely no laughing until 5 o'clock. No danger. They're getting chucked off this.
We'll have one laugh and then it'll just be video.
Bravo, you're great. You come and line up. We'll go first.
You want to go first? Josh. Just you stay there.
Let's go.
Let's go.
There's only one person to an element. Just you stay there. Don't bother. You're only like one person only.
Oh, you fuck up! It's freezing. Aye, it's slippy like. Oh. You want a shot?
I'm happy staying dry, mate.
Oh, it's freezing, man.
I'm actually scared of heights.
What?
I'm scared of heights.
Just go, you're not going to hurt yourself. Danielle, son! Cobra Kai never dies!
Oh, this has got holes in it. Oh.
Well done!
That freshens you up. That gets rid of the hangover. Oof. John, did you do the seesaw?
Of course I did. One, two, go!
Hey!
Oh my god!
Oh, I can't do this. I'm just going to stay here. I'm stuck. How did I do it?
Right, lean forward. Move your left foot forward onto the other rope.
On the other rope?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh. That was hard work. I thought I was quite skilled with that pole.
Just going to black and then we'll go traffic.
You're not supposed to drink it.
I never meant to drink it. It went in my mouth when I went in the water.
You're not supposed to drink that.
Oh, you're alright.
You'll be drinking all the kids' piss and that. I just took a week off just to chill out. Short, sharp break. No, it's good though. It's good. It's good laugh. We've a bit of a good laugh. Coming with the girls and stuff as well. So it's good. Oh, it's my ball. Oh, it's my ball. Oh, we'll get. Oh, it's my ball. Oh, yeah, boy. Scotland versus England match up at the castle, imagine that. Imagine the fucking atmosphere there would be amazing, wouldn't it?
That would be class.
Taylor versus Carroll up at Edinburgh Castle. Middle of the summer, Scotland versus England. Castle in the background. That would be class, wouldn't it?
It'd be, just getting guaranteed of the weather here.
Oh,
Though.
that's
Fucking
something.
it'd be fucking pissing rain, man.
What side would you be on in this?
They're like,
Yeah? Come on, England! You fucking can!
He works for MotoGP, and he said who your favourite racer was. He went, is it Valentino Rossi? And I was like, I think so. But he was going to,
You think so?
and he was going to send you some MotoGP stuff, but he doesn't work with Rossi, so he can't.
Well, just tell him to send his stuff anyway.
whoever he sends will be his new
Send his
favourite.
stuff anyway.
End up like MotoGP's version of the full kit wanker.
Aye.
Oh, have you not seen all his leathers and he's not
I
showed you
I
yet?
saw the man, so with him in his bed.
You should see the pictures that he was making me take you on in the garage. This way, front on, sideways,
Oh, I
back.
fucking see how and then put my other leathers on and say, right, because I've got a photo. It's sideways, backways, and that.
asked him to take a
What
picture and
leather
I
shape would be best? What shape would be best?
That's what I'll wear on a Sunday when everybody will see me.
Aye. I've got them all here, the pictures look all different, look standing all different ways.
Fucking hell, he's about 40.
Look, standing all different ways and that.
And this is what he was making me take.
All different ways. What one's look the best with the bike and that, you know?
Is
I'm
it-
saying I'm nothing.
Wait a minute, I'll just go and change my boots. God's sake.
Never let me moan at you now before you go on a night out.
I can.
Aye, okay.
Are you going to have a chin in
Going to
there?
do a wee bit of workout, aye.
Okay.
Right, I'll see you in a while.
Okay.
How long have you and Josh been together, Danielle?
So we have been together for 10 years.
10 years.
Yep, 10 long years.
Long years. Yeah, that
No.
bad is it?
No. It's been good. It's been really good. Been through so much. You know, he's been through 2 Commonwealth Games and Olympics. So we've been through quite a lot. Lots of ups and downs.
Where did you meet each other?
Well, we actually met through my cousin, who was his best friend, and we still is really, really good friends. And we met in the local Labour Club,
Nice.
Preston Fans Labour Club. So yeah, that's where we met.
When you first got together, I'm sure you didn't think that your boyfriend was going to be, or you may have, think that he was going to be a world champion.
No, not at all.
So looking back now, you know, I'm sure he probably said to you, he wants to be a world champion. What was going through your mind when he used to say those things to you when you were younger, and now looking back?
Well, when we first met, I was only 17, so I wasn't really brought up with boxing really. It was more football. My dad was mostly into football. He was into his boxing, but it wasn't something that was on the TV every weekend. You know, it was mostly football. So I wasn't really into the boxing that much. And then when I first met Josh, the first night I met Josh, I never knew that he was a boxer. It wasn't until a couple of weeks later till I found out. But obviously it was just amateur, and I never really understood the whole amateur game. So when he was telling me I'm going to be world champion one day, I was like, alright, okay. No understanding the difference between amateur and professional. Obviously that's all changed now. When Josh is away fighting, or if he's in camp somewhere and there are fights on, I've actually seen myself watching the boxing by myself at the weekend, and I'm like, God, this is how this has changed. But I'm right into the boxing now. Obviously, you have to be into it as well. But no, never. I never ever thought, and it's just amazing to see how far he's came, especially turning professional. How far he's came in such a short time.
How is it for you when you're there watching him? Do you enjoy it? Are you nervous?
I think if you look back at some of the pictures and the TV, what the TV scene managed to capture in my face, you probably think, oh my God. I'm quite nervous. Obviously I'm excited as well, but it's mostly nerves, you know. You're worried in case anything happens to him, and as you know, all it takes is one shot and that's it, that can totally change the game.
Do you noticeably see Josh's mentality change on fight week?
Yeah, quite a lot. Obviously he's getting into that zone, so he starts to get a bit of like the badness in him, if you know what I mean. He's going in for a war, so obviously your mentality changes completely, but you just need to learn. Over the years, obviously I've had to adapt and learn when to take a step back and when just to leave him when he has his wee bitch fits. You're just like, right, just walk away now, just leave him to have his wee half an hour and then he'll come back and he's totally fine.
Since you've been with Ben Davison, have you noticed that he's been happier as well in the last camp, the Khongsong camp? Yeah,
his whole attitude has just totally changed. A lot more relaxed, a lot happier, better set up down there when it comes to, obviously he's got his own bedroom, he's got his own bathroom, he's got his nutrition on board, which has 100% helped this camp. The weight and stuff, he wasn't as crabby as what he normally is on fight week. He was really calm, he was still eating quite a lot during that fight week and stuff like that, so he was much better, in a much better mood.
Ideally I like 10-12 weeks, so if I'm going to be boxing Ramirez in mid-January, we're at the like 14-15 week mark now, so you start now, do it now, so you build up. The first phase is like building the core strength and higher reps with building the strength up and the weights. Then the next phase is like explosiveness, you know, so it's more like plyometric stuff and building up, like doing quick reps, like quick, slow down, quick up, building up. And then the last part is like power stuff, so it's just like short reps but heavier.
Short intensity.
Short intensity. He knows what I'm talking about. I'm not very good at breaking it down technically, but there's 3 sort of like phases to like the fight camp, you know. But it all depends on how much time you've got, you know. Whereas if it was like 8 weeks away, we'd be into just like, right now it would be sort of maintaining what we've got, building what we've got, keeping it maybe like 4 or 5 reps and build up the weights as we go along and take down the reps as you go. So you're just working with what you got in terms of 8 weeks, do you know what I mean? But if I've got like 14-15 weeks, you can break it down a bit slower and build it up nice and slow, which is what I like to do.
You see that Ramirez fight, are you looking to wait until you can have crowds in, or?
Ideally, like preferably, I mean, I've had that experience now with no fans. I wouldn't be in a rush to do that again, especially with the magnitude of the fight. Fair enough, that mandatory, nobody really knew who he was. It wasn't a crowd, like, it didn't draw the big massive crowds or attention that much. It was a mandatory defence against someone that nobody had heard of, you know, so it wouldn't have been a massive fight anyway. It still would have been, if it was in Scotland, still would have sold at the Hydro, but it's no a massive fight. Whereas this fight, everybody's going to know about it, the whole world's going to know about it, so it needs to be with crowds. It's one of the biggest fights in boxing at the minute. Like, outside Tyson Fury and AJ fight, it's one of the biggest fights in the game, so it's got to happen with the fans. You know, in terms of like memories and creating legacy and this and that, the crowd's got to be there.
Do you think if you win that fight, your name should be up in the top 10 pound for pound fighters at the moment?
I think it should be in there already, but it's not. I don't know why, but I'm not really bothered. But it should be there already, but it's not. If I win this one, it's got to be in there, 100%. Top 5, no top 10, top 5. If I win this, if and when I win this, top 5. Look at my last 4 opponents. Take away Khongsong, but last 4 opponents, you know, all been world class fighters, unbeaten, except for Postal, who lost to Crawford.
Do you think Ramirez would be the hardest fight of your career?
Potentially it can be, but I don't think it will be. I think it's relatively straightforward for me tactically. I think it's quite easy. But he is a very good fighter, comes forward, and I like a fight as well, so it could go one or 2 ways. I walk him on the shots, so it could get drawn into a fight, and then it becomes a bit more even. But I think it's a straightforward fight.
Because he thinks that he'll be able to overwhelm you.
Yeah, no, that's good. Let him think that. Thinks I don't train, thinks I go out on the drugs and the drink, thinks this, thinks that. He can think that to build his own false sense of security, as if to say a false blanket
if I'm thinking that. You know what I mean? I've had a week off. I'm already back in here already. Do you know what I mean? So.
Well, he went to Instagram straight away to talk about going out and drinking and getting on the piss.
Listen.
Do you think he's trying to play mind games already?
No, he's a boring old no personality. He's not got any person. I've got more personality in my fingernail than he's got in his whole body. He's I'm just a normal guy. You know, I'm a normal guy. You know, down to earth guy from Preston Pans. Yeah, I like a drink, but I'm not an alcoholic. Do you know what I mean? I'm 2 pints and I'm anybody's. You know, so and he knows it. He knows what I'm like. I go to celebrate. I catch up with my mates. I get a drink with them. Go celebrate, eat some good food, chill out for a week, and then I'm back to ticking over in the gym again. You know, so it's not like I'm out on the booze for every day, all day, every day for 5, 6, 10 weeks. Right, I'll go out the weekends and have a drink and catch up with my pals for a couple of weeks, and then back in. But at the same time, training in the gym. So I'm just normal, you know.
Do you think it is a little bit of mind games though?
Nah, it's no mind games at all. No mind games. Even if it was, it wasn't get my mind anyway. I'm fucking too tapped in here. Anyway, right, let's get on with this. You know what we're doing now?